Welcome everyone to the Merch Minds podcast, episode 144. I have a special guest today. Welcome, Papi Chulo, my friend, Mr. RJ Martinez. What's going on?
Yeah, what's up, man? What's going on?
What's going on, man? This is actually our second try at this. We were having some technical issues earlier with my internet, but we're here. I just released the episode the other day, but I know the new year is just a couple of days away, and I wanted to try and get a new episode out to just kind of revisit the highlights and the lowlights of 2019. And no other person that I can think of better than Mr. Papi Chulo here to help me go over some of the stuff that happened in 2019. What's going on, man? How you been?
Good, man. That's awesome. Just like today, I don't know, man. Today I fell out of it. I've done a few calls already today, and yeah, just fell out of it. But yeah, man, just going over a lot of like my 2020 like strategies and stuff like that with my team, and just trying to focus ahead and get this whole year done within the first couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? All planned out, get it all planned out, and that way have a better chance of accomplishing 2020. So
sure, and that's something that we'll talk about as far as 2020 and our goals for next year. One thing I do want to say is I apologize. My voice is a little harsh today. I'm getting over a cold, so there's a possibility I might be coughing throughout the show. So I do apologize in advance. How was your Christmas?
Good. I went to like I said earlier, went to Pop's house and went over there and hung out for a while, and then my girlfriend, her family's house, and then yeah, now we're back over here. Like I said, I was kind of relieved to come back home because of just, I don't know, man, it's cool and stuff, and I'm not trying to be like the Grinch or nothing like that, but that's what I told my grandpa. I was like, I'm excited, I'm cool, I'm okay, I'm okay. Like, I want to go home. I didn't want to come here. Like, I didn't want to come to Banning, and yeah, like I didn't want to come to Banning, honestly. I wanted to be home and spend Christmas here for the first time, and just focus on everything that I want to do next year. So kind of like, I'm more excited for that than anything, but I understand that spending time with family is very important too as well. But it wasn't like I wasn't just over there like 2 weeks ago, you know?
Well,
so.
Yeah, well, I don't blame you because after having visited you in Banning, I wouldn't go back either. I would not want to go back. That place is a dump.
No Asians, huh?
No Asians. It was horrible. But yeah, as I was telling you earlier, my Christmas was quiet. You know,
Yeah.
I've said this 1,000 times now. My parents, they just don't do the whole holiday thing. So I was over at a buddy's house. He had me over for dinner. Spent a really nice Christmas with them, and then on Christmas Day, spent the day by myself. I know it sounds horrible, but trust me, that's the way I liked it. I was able to get a lot of work done actually that day.
Yeah.
So it was really good. Had a really nice Christmas. Excuse me. And as I mentioned, 2020 is upon us, and I just wanted to go over again some of the highlights and the lowlights of 2019. And one of the things you've done is you got married and you moved to San Diego.
I didn't get married. God, this guy.
You didn't get married?
No, I didn't get married. Knock it off.
Oh snap! I thought you got married. Anyway,
all right. So Young was supposed to come and visit me, and he ended up not coming. So he's supposed to be over here right now with me, but he's in San Jose instead.
What's that got to do with you getting married?
No, that has.
I don't know where that's going, but yes, I was supposed to be.
Yeah. Okay.
I was supposed to visit RJ for New Year's, but things just didn't work out. So we're talking virtually and doing this podcast for you guys. But yeah, so out of all the places, why San Diego?
Oh, just it was either between Anaheim or San Diego, and I ended up going with San Diego. Anaheim, I have season passes to Disneyland. If you guys don't know, I go when I go to Disneyland. I can only handle it for a few hours, and of course, Disneyland is in Anaheim, and so I've been there quite a few times already. and I kind of compared it to San Diego. Like, where else would I would go compared to San Diego? And every time I come to San Diego, like, I'm a big food person, so like, I always come out here to eat pizza and stuff like that. When I would come out here, I'd eat pizza. I made it a point to come and eat pizza when I visit over here. So I just love San Diego. The whole vibe over here, like in Anaheim, it's like a zoo. Like it feels like a zoo. Like people, there's a ton of people. It just everybody's running you over and stuff like that. There's a ton of people. It's a big crowd. And then over here in San Diego, it's more laid back. It's more like I don't know. It seems like it's an older community, right? And it seems
I wouldn't say it's older, but it's definitely more of a relaxed and a very laid back vibe for sure.
Everyone's nice too. Like on elevators, like this morning when I went down to the gym, I went to elevators. People in there just walking their dogs, and people coming in the elevators with their bikes because they're gonna go ride for a bike ride and stuff like that. And everyone's all cool. You know what I mean? So
yeah, no, that's California in general, but San Diego's it is extra nice. For those of you that never been, they have great weather year round. You know, you got the Mexican border right there. You can easily get into Mexico if you wanted to. I know RJ goes all the time to go visit friends and family. But yeah, no, it's a great place, man. I used to date a girl down there back in the days, so I'm very, very familiar with San Diego.
that's shit. You said you went to Disneyland with her one time, right, or something like that.
Oh gosh, was it her? No, it wasn't Disneyland. We went to, oh gosh, what was it? It was Six Flags, Magic Mountain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that was back in '89.
That was more like '69.
Get that.
If you know what I mean.
Get out of here.
Anyway, so let's get into the show, man. So, the year of 2019, and correct me if I'm wrong, RJ, but I feel like 2019 was a year of KDP, low content publishing. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I know you and I and a bunch of other people have been talking about it for a couple of years, but it seems like everyone jumped on the bandwagon this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think?
There's a lot of people making noise around it. I think one of the book, like for example, like BookBolt and all that stuff, all the softwares are being created and people making content around it, getting a little bit bigger. And I'm finding out new people like in that space that have created content for years already, and I'm just like, dude, I never even heard about you until I started doing some more research on KDP, and I know that there's like a big demand for that, and I was quite surprised, and I was like, dang, okay. So I don't know, just get stuck in working on one, like with Merch by Amazon or whatever it is, like you're working in like one niche or whatever, and you figure out like there's a bigger audience out there in Kindle Direct Publishing or whatever you want to call it. Was it
low content publishing, no content publishing? Yeah.
There's a lot.
I feel like, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, because I remember Kelly published. She had trained me on how to do it.
Yeah.
2 years ago now, if not longer. And I know back then it was something that just a handful of people knew about. In fact, remember the meetup that we had in Los Angeles a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
I remember talking to you back then, and we had even talked about it, about how we were kind of slowly doing some KDP publishing.
Yeah.
But again, it wasn't really it wasn't really in the mainstream. But all of a sudden, 2019, it just kind of blew up, and everyone just kind of jumped on the platform, and some people have become really successful at it.
Yeah, no, for sure. And that's another thing too. Just it's on my radar, of course. I know you know that because we talk about it pretty much every other day or every day when we talk on the phone. And it's you can see why. Like, dude, it's pretty cool. Like there's a lot of benefits to actually like figuring out something on that platform, because there's so many things that you can do. Right. There's a million things you can do on that platform, and once you figure out one thing, just push it to the next level. And
I don't know what I'm doing wrong, man. I honestly don't know what I'm doing wrong. I mean, I saw definitely a increase in sales for December, but for whatever reason, my numbers aren't that great. I remember when I first started off doing KDP, my numbers were better
Yeah.
than average. I will
Mhm.
say that, but for whatever reason, they don't look. I mean, they're less than mediocre these days. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
One of the things I've been trying to just focus on too, it takes more, like with KDP, like you go into a certain niche. If it takes more work, you're gonna have less competition, and that's what I've been kind of
Mm,
focusing on more. Like if it takes more work, um, and instead of doing what everyone else is doing, it just focus on a niche that takes more work to do, and just kind of make perfect it and be the best in that niche, and you'll see the sales come in, and that's what I've been doing, and seeing really good results. So
yeah.
it's like I said, it's a really cool platform, and like the books and stuff like that. Some of your books get delivered in one business day. You know what I mean? Sometimes they're in two. So right now, like they've kind of been delaying them a little bit, and I've been noticing that. But I think because of
Well,
the
it's probably
holidays.
because of the holiday rush. But now that
Mm-hmm.
Christmas is over, I'm sure it'll be back to normal here real soon. But imagine that. Imagine ordering a book and then having it delivered the next day. Man,
Mm-hmm.
that is insane. I would have never imagined. But that's cool. Um, but yeah, so 2019 definitely the year of KDP. Um, and I just kind of want to go down the list of stuff that I made up of to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the average Joe merch show we started it late last year and then it kind of carried over into this year. What happened to that?
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
There's a lot of people love that show.
yeah. I know a lot of people had requested for that show. A lot of people had signed up, but I know you, me, Matt Carlett, and Matt Sheeran. We were the four panelists on the show, and I think I think, and maybe I'm wrong. I think it was just a conflict of schedule, right? I mean, obviously, me, you, and Matt S. being
Yeah,
out here on the West Coast, and then Matt Carlett,
yeah.
he's out in the East Coast. So I think it was a conflict of schedule, but maybe that's something that we'll bring back
Mhm.
in the near future. I don't know. Um,
There's a lot of demand for it. You can definitely tell that there was a lot of
oh
demand because
yeah, I remember.
good.
I used to get a
Yeah,
lot of people message me, and I'm sure you used to get a lot of messages as
yeah.
well from people about how they
Hmm.
really enjoyed it. Um, so that was a lot of fun. Hopefully, we'll bring that back. The mastermind event back in March in
Yeah,
Orange County. Now that was super fun. So it was, it was it was obviously invite only. The invitation was only sent to a handful of people. You went, obviously. I attended. Ken Real was there. Again, Matt Carlett flew out, and there was a bunch of other people that have flown in. Um, so and that was fun, right? I mean,
yeah.
yeah, there's the merch conference and there's other things, but it's always fun to just uh, get together outside of those events and do your own thing, right? Have your own little event, your own little mastermind event. And I thought that was a lot of fun, right?
Yeah, yeah, no, 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 for sure. I think it's a learning experience because of someone's never done that before. It's a little bit different. It's like from what I've been understanding in all the conferences that I've gone to, it's like you have to learn really fast. And if you see something that you're interested in, or like you have a question for somebody, like you have to hurry up and like you got to ask them. You know what I mean? Because next thing you know it, like like it's over. You know, so it goes by really fast. So that's what I've been learning too. It's like a lot of the stuff is like you're learning a lot in a short period of time. So you have to
Hmm.
understand that, and then you're writing everything down at the same time too as well. But if you have a question, you have to ask, like, because if not, it's already over and everyone's going home already. So that's the thing about the conferences that I've been.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I wouldn't call it a conference. Again, that was more of like a little mastermind
yeah,
get together. And I've said that I've been saying this for the past 3 years that I've been doing the podcast. I really encourage everyone to do your own mastermind event, whether it's local in person or virtually through Skype or Facebook Hangout, whatever, right?
yeah,
And if you guys want to invite people like me and RJ, you would have to pay for our airfare. I only fly first class. I'm just gonna throw it out there, and I stay in the best hotels. So if you guys want to invite us, just keep that in mind. But I really do encourage you guys to do your own mastermind events. I mean, they're a lot of fun, and again, just the opportunity to network and talk to other people and pick their brain on how they do certain things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the beauty of me doing the podcast is I have the opportunity to talk to people almost every week, and
Yeah.
and I talk to them and see how they run their business, and likewise, right? I mean, you
Mm-hmm.
obviously, occasionally, you and Matt would do your real talk show, and you guys have guests and all that, and
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, you guys don't need to do a podcast, but definitely, I really encourage that you guys reach out to other members of the community and have an event, have
Mhm.
a a hangout or whatever you want
Yeah.
to call it.
No, no, no. That's I think we talked about that when we met up in San Francisco. Remember?
Yeah,
Um,
that was another thing. Yeah, RJ came out to San Francisco earlier this year. What'd
mhm.
you think?
But I think I honestly
That was
well,
your first time in San Francisco, right?
yeah, I didn't like it too much. It was cool because a different experience, and
Uh huh.
I'm always open to different experiences. But
Sure.
I felt bad, man. I felt bad. I was like, dude, there's a lot going on here, and you can just tell, like going into a certain part of the of California, you can see the big difference in just the
It's
way.
just crazy, huh? It
Yeah,
was
it's crazy.
crazy, huh?
It's like LA
Yeah.
almost in a way, like how LA is like this, like the Skid Row,
Uh huh.
and you start feeling bad because you see people like, damn, like this is. I know people they choose their own paths and stuff like that, but it's like you like in the world like with the way people treat each other is it's horrible, and you see a lot more of that out there in the bigger city because just
I don't know if you see more of that. But I think people just, up here, I think it's just, well, especially San Francisco. I
mm-hmm,
think it's so common these days. People just turn the blind eye. It's not because I don't think people don't care.
mm-hmm,
It's just they see it so much that they just, again, it's just they're just desensitized with whatever
yeah,
that they see. But yeah, it's
crazy,
not like
man.
banning, is it?
No, it's not. But
Man, it's just everyone's on the go, huh?
yeah, see with me, like that's how I am too. Like I'm all about being like I like being like I don't know. I like being active. I like being there. I like the vibe that the city gives me, and I gets the blood flowing and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I love that.
Hmm.
Um, but I can only handle so much until where I have to be by myself so I can learn stuff. And you know what I mean? That's what I like to do. That's what I like. Like that's what I like to do. So as far as like the bigger city, I can handle it for a certain amount, and then I'm like, all right, cool, going back inside and going in hiding. I'm gonna go learn
I
some new content or something like that.
you never been to New York City, right?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, I think you'll probably blow your mind out there. That's like San Francisco times 10.
Yeah, I don't want it to be cold though. I
Mhm.
hate when it's cold. I hate when it's cold. When
Well,
it's snowing.
go during spring or fall.
Yeah,
But
there's a.
yeah,
Mm-hmm,
but New York is it's you talk about San Francisco being a really busy city.
mm-hmm,
New York is definitely up there as well.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So the remember when like, we're going over there? I was eating lunch on the pier like the first 2 days, and I was like, dude, I'm spending like 150, $120 a meal every single like for lunch, and I'm just like,
That's
we still
that's the
haven't
Bay
hit dinner.
that's the Bay Area for you, man.
Yeah.
I'm not joking when I say that this is probably one of the most expensive places in the world because these are
Mm-hmm.
just facts. It
Yeah.
is. It really is expensive. And you know, I remember a couple of years ago when I was making like 3K consistently on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember. I don't remember who it was. They had messaged me and said, "Oh, it's time for you to quit your day job." That 3K will barely even cover rent,
Yeah.
right? I might be able to live a good life like in the middle of, I don't know, Boondockville, Kentucky, and
Yeah.
no disrespect to anyone in Kentucky, but I'm just saying. I mean, 3K that will barely even cover rent. And for those of you guys that think living on merch and all that, full time is easy. Try, I challenge you. Come out here for 6 months and do it.
Yeah.
Trust me, you'll last maybe 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Everything out here is really, really expensive.
Yeah. No.
But yeah, but you had a good time?
Yeah, I had a good time with it, but I was just like, dude, this is crazy.
Insane, huh?
I never talked about the hotel that me and my girlfriend we stayed at. It was the Herbert Hotel.
Okay.
And we actually had to. At first, I was a little mad, so we had to share. Everyone on that first floor had to share a restroom and a shower, I believe it was.
Yeah. I remember that. I remember when you told me that. It sounded like you guys were staying at a hostel.
And I was like, "What the hell?" I was like, "What is this?" And at first I was mad. I was like, "Dude, just like I'm gonna cancel this, give my money back, and then I'll go stay somewhere else for extra or whatever, $200 because I was staying there. I forgot how long I stayed there. 5 days, 6 days, 7 days a week. I don't know. I'm not sure. So I was like, and I told her, I was like, all right, let's just cancel this and let's go and find another place because we have to have our own restroom. This is crazy. We're not going all the way down the hallway to use the restroom and take a shower. And this is crazy. And what happens if I eat some spicy food and I have to go use the restroom real fast? You know what I mean?
Oh, you sick bastard, you.
So
you don't have to tell us all that, man.
Okay, sorry. No, but yeah, what happens and I was just like, you know what? I was like, let's make the best out of this. And I'm a big fan of people doing that. Like, let's make the best out of the situation. Let's have fun. Let's roll with the punches. You know what I mean? And ended up staying, and we actually made the best out of it. It was pretty cool.
So were you in the showers with other dudes? Is that what you're saying? And you enjoyed it?
No.
That's what you're saying, right? There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying.
Get out of here, dude. Get out of here. No, we weren't. It wasn't like that. We had.
You just, you know what? I'm not going to get into it. Whatever. But yeah, so RJ did come up to the Bay Area. We had a good time hanging out. Had an opportunity to meet up with Who Man, and that was your first time meeting him as well.
Yeah.
And then late March. Do you remember what happened in late March? I'm looking at my list here. Merch by Amazon came out with their multi-uploader.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
Yes, I remember that. I think I made a video on that. I thought that was pretty cool.
So let me ask you, with Amazon's with Amazon's multi-uploader, and I know there are third-party automation upload apps.
Mm-hmm.
Would you still need that third-party app with even with the multi-uploader from Amazon? Because I don't use the third-party app, so I don't know, yeah. And I don't know if you do. I don't know if you do either. So I'm just curious.
Yeah, well, like this is like with the Merch Informer, they have like that kind of like saves like your niches for you.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that comes in handy too as well. But then
I got you.
You can see Amazon is actually doing that where you can kind of create that template and it saves it for you. Mm-hmm. I think something like that is it's there. You can see they made the most. So with Merch by Amazon this year, they have made the most. I see what they're doing. Okay, they made the most. They're seem like they're improving the platform the most this year, right? Mm-hmm. They have like a monthly post in that little discussion thing, pretty much every single month almost, and they're coming out with new like newer upgrades on the platform and stuff like that. So you kind of see that they're making the push, and they've done it the most in 2019. Mm-hmm. So, and a lot of people are, and I see a lot of people get frustrated too. I got frustrated, but I've created a lot of content around Merch by Amazon. So there's you know what I mean. So I helped out a lot of people on Merch by Amazon, but it just you can see like where they mess up something sometimes, and it affects all of us, and people are asking what happened here, what happened here, and what's going on here, and you don't know because it's like they keep it to themselves a little bit, but it's I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a roller coaster for sure.
No, absolutely, yeah. And then again, looking at my notes, in April, Amazon replaced the Bella Canvas with the Portland company. Mm-hmm. So the reason being was because I know a lot of people were complaining about how the Bella Canvas, even though the quality is premium,
yeah,
they weren't happy with the slim fit. Mm-hmm. People wanted something a little more looser. something that both a male and a female could wear.
Mhm.
Even though technically the Bella Canvas 3001 it is a unisex shirt.
Yeah.
It's a slim fit that someone like you and I wouldn't look good in a slim fit, right?
Yeah. No, we will. Yes, we will.
Well, I mean, I know I would, but I don't know about you.
Get out of here.
um,
I'm wearing a slim fit shirt right now.
oh gosh, don't stand up. But yeah, so April Porting Company, they replaced the Bella Canvas with the Porting Company, and I think that was, although up until that point I never heard of Porting Company,
Mm-hmm.
I think that was a wise decision because I haven't heard as many complaints in the groups.
I
Um,
I don't know. Like I think I ordered a few of them and I think I don't know. Like what do you thought it was good?
you know what's funny? To this day, I have not ordered a single T-shirt for myself.
You haven't?
No, I ordered a sweatshirt, but a T-shirt, I have not ordered a single T-shirt. Do you believe that?
That's weird. Why
Yeah,
not?
yeah. But I think it was for the better because I don't see those complaints anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I see it all the time. Oh man, the quality is great, but this is just the shirt's just too tight, and I don't see those comments
Yeah.
anymore.
I think because
So
it's more of the way that I think the shoulders are on the shirt. It's a little bit different. It's more of they're more broader. I want to
well, it's
say.
more of a square fit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like in UK, that's not a popular fit. You know what I mean? And this
Hmm.
is and this because Americans are guessing they're bigger. So they say, right? So that's why I think a lot of people complain because
Look, you don't have to be polite. Just say it. Americans are fat. We are fat. We're fat bastards. Okay.
so that's why I think people complain. But for the most part, like slim fit is a normal fit in the UK and all these other countries, and yeah,
Yeah.
and for
Absolutely.
America.
Hmm.
So
More colors were provided in April as well. I'm not going to go over the colors, but we had a lot more colors provided to us. And the big thing, in my opinion, this year from Merch by Amazon was that we were given tank tops, V-necks, and the raglans.
yeah,
That
that's
was
actually
back. That was back in April.
that's a lot too, by the way.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm very grateful.
Mm.
Tank tops, they're awesome. I'm a little I'm questioning the Raglans a bit. And I know Chris Green always talks about how Amazon is a data company.
Mm-hmm.
They won't do anything unless they have the data. Um, in this particular case, I have to question the Raglans. I don't know where they're getting the data from, but I don't sell that many Raglans. How about you?
I've sold a few of them, but not that many. Like as
No,
you,
no, that's my point. I'll
yeah.
sell a handful, but it's not like it's not like there are a lot.
I see it as more of like baseball like stuff, like
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
and don't get me wrong, I'm grateful, right?
Yeah,
But it's just I don't know.
tanks and tanks and V-necks are like the ones that are doing really well, especially right now. I think tanks are going
Yeah.
to do really well for like 2020. I think that's gonna be a big thing on Merch by Amazon.
Hmm.
So
And I know after having talked to Ken, he had talked about um, more stuff coming out next year. So I'm looking forward to that as well.
yeah, no. I think a lot. Well, it should be more like it. What do you think is gonna come out next? Coffee mugs. Something's gonna come out next, right? It's supposed to
He
come
he,
out
he
next
gave
year,
me a
right?
hint of what's going to come out next, and I don't know if that's something that I should really
Dang,
announce. But
holding it back from the Merch Minds audience.
settle down. But but every year we've been getting new products, right?
Yeah, and I think that's gonna pretty much continue as long as like it's there. And also too, like I remember when Vegas, I forgot who we were talking to. We were talking to someone in Vegas when we went to that conference together, right?
Which one?
Yeah. What was it?
Oh, you're talking about the licensing expo.
Yeah, the licensing expo, and we talked to them about racerbacks, and they had no idea, no clue. So
Oh yeah.
so I'm trying to figure out like where they're getting the data from because obviously like that that's like a big thing for women, right? They love that. Like that's like their go-to tank top when they had no idea back in. Haven't even came out with it yet, but that was a big thing for women. Like they love wearing those when to go work out, go to the gym, or just they started wearing them like an everyday shirt now. So it's I don't know. So I'm trying to figure out where they're getting their data from.
Yeah, no, that's my point. It's like I don't know why the Raglins were given to us. I rather prefer the Racerbacks. But again, am I complaining? No.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I'm just questioning how they get the data.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was cool. Let's see, and then when did you make that move to San Diego?
I think it was about 2 months ago in October.
Okay. I think there was some other stuff that had happened before then. Just trying to go down my list. Let's see. I think the big thing was the jury duty. Remember, I had a jury duty.
Yeah. You were. It was like a whole month, right?
No, it was 2. It was close to 2.
Damn.
Yeah, it was close to 2 months, man. And I remember. I remember when I first got there, I was thinking that I was probably going to get dismissed.
Yeah.
Because I had been summoned in the past, and I've always been dismissed. And but sure enough, after going through the selection process, I remember, I was one of the last people to get selected, and I was originally an alternate, and then one of the actual jurors, she ended up being dismissed, so they had me go from being an alternate to a regular juror.
Yeah. That's interesting. I've never had nothing like that happen. All mine usually get canceled.
Have you ever been summoned before?
Yeah, I've done it. Like they summoned me like 3 times, and then they did one recently, and it just gets canceled. I'm like, yes.
Oh, you mean canceled to the point where you don't even go?
No, I don't even go.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna be like, oh, do the phone call. Like you make a phone call, right? One of the most recent.
Right, and then there's like a recorded message saying, group such and such doesn't have to report. You're now excused for a couple more years.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was an interesting experience. And gosh, man, 2 months, man. I missed 2 months of work. And you know what's funny was I had a friend message me. And this is why I stay away from a lot of the forums and groups. I had a friend message me saying that, oh, well, some people think that you're lying about jury duty, right? And I'm like, see, this is why I get upset sometimes, because I hear how people talk and think, and I'm like, if I was gonna lie about anything, right? Don't you think I'll come up with a better lie than having jury duty?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Just
right?
Yeah, no, for sure. I see.
Like I would come up with a lie saying, "Oh, I was in South Africa hanging out with bikini models," or "I was in Southeast Asia hanging out with Hu Man, traveling Vietnam," or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Like, you think I'll come up with a silly lie saying I was in jury duty for 2 months, right?
Yeah.
But not just that. But not just that. But even if I did want to take 2 months off, who cares? Why is it a big deal? Right?
Yeah, no, for sure. No, just I don't know.
People are dumb. Oh gosh, it irritates the hell out of me. One thing that I want to go over is you had your Etsy account suspended.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we don't have to get into details. And I know, RJ, I had asked you beforehand if this was something you want to talk about, and you said, yeah, I don't care talking about it. But so you had your Etsy account suspended. We don't need to go over why or whatever. I mean, it's all been discussed before in the past. But is that something that you're pursuing again?
No. It just I got my Etsy account suspended, and I found it kind of funny because it just I really didn't know why. And young, you have your ideas like why. And I just honestly, I feel like more people seem to know why than I do. You know what I mean?
I have my suspicions. Yeah.
Yeah. It just, that's another thing too. Cause you know me too, like, I'm very open with you and I show you a lot of stuff because I want to share with you so you can succeed too as well. And that was the thing too. I was like, dude, it's crazy. There was like rumors going around this and that. And it's like, damn, these people, they know more about me than I know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, God damn.
Right.
And then you got people creating fake accounts and all this stuff. And I was like, God damn, like these guys really took the time to create a fake account because they're scared to show themselves. And I'm pretty sure it's probably someone else that run Facebook groups that are doing it. And, you know what I mean? So making content about it. So I thought it was pretty funny. To this day, they still haven't responded why my account was suspended. And another thing too, it just at first I really wasn't gonna do Etsy. I didn't plan on doing it. Only reason I was doing it was because I wanted to make content around it and help others out. And that's one of the reasons why I started doing this too as well. This whole thing with Merch by Amazon was just create content.
And then it just grew into like a full-time business. And unfortunately, it was shut down. And okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, sounds like you're taking a break from it. Is this something you think you'll pursue maybe next year, 2020?
No, honestly, I'm going more towards like KDP.
Okay.
I think there's from what I'm seeing and the stats are showing me, there's more of an opportunity right there. And I just want to just dominate what I've been testing and just be the best in there and figure out what I can do to grow it to that next level. And I think that's something that's can be big for me. So it's really cool. And I think just the amount of work that I put into it and then like the results I've got are really good. So
good stuff.
Yeah.
And then one final thing, I did attend the DesignerCon in November. That was in Anaheim. A lot of fun. Very inspirational, man. Definitely want to go back next year. Real quick, what are some of your goals for next year, man?
Goals. I have I made a whole plan. Like I have.
You don't have to share all of them, but I mean,
yeah. Well, KDP is like one of my things, one of the goals, and I created like a full like a content, like a whole list of niches that we're getting into, right? And I have it done all the way until July. So we have kind of like more of like monthly goals, weekly goals, and then there's like video content goals that I've created. There is some merch goals that I've created just by it's like the niches that I'm trying to get into and stuff like that. And there's a few more that I want to do, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
What I do, but yeah.
So mine are definitely continue with merch, but I'm trying to really branch out. I'm experimenting with some new stuff on Etsy, which I know I shared with you behind closed doors. So I've been working on that a lot for the last couple of weeks. And I want to do more content and more income streams outside of print on demand. So look for that in 2020. But yeah, just really grow. Because I'm not gonna lie, man. 2019, as far as merch and print on demand, it was a dud for me.
Yeah.
I didn't scale like I wanted to. So 2020, I want to continue with print on demand, but look outside of that income stream and create new income streams. So really excited about doing that. But yeah, man. Hey, quick show. Just wanted to do a quick recap of 2019. Thanks for your time and your honesty, RJ. I know losing an account like an Etsy account, and I know the numbers that you're putting up, man. But thanks for.
Some of the people that are creating content out there, they still not even putting up the numbers that I was putting up. So.
Yeah, no, I've seen your numbers. No. They're very impressive.
But there was nothing hiding behind it, like nothing at all, because I made content about it and I shared it with people. So like that's another thing too. Is just like it bothers me because just like, dude, there's really nothing to like hide because I made content about it and I know people can find it. That's why I didn't mind making content around it. It's okay. Like it was cool. So
yeah,
good
stuff.
Same thing with KDP. build content around that too. Do the same exact thing. So
Good stuff. Well, I appreciate your time, man. We'll catch up in 2020.
okay, all right.